Hi YouTubers, it's Smoking Essie again for the third video today. Let me see if this recording is recording. Okay, buckle up my friends, it's gonna be a rough ride. This is gonna be a very long video, not a gas station cigar review. This is going to be a very long video on something I want to talk about for a long time. I've been meaning to do this video for a long time. Okay, I have water with me because I'm going to dry my throat obviously from talking. Okay, this video, I've been meaning to do it for a long time. This is going to be about how do I introduce the video with the topic North versus South for tobacco. Okay, this is a big topic, and I have to break it down as carefully as I can. Basically, in this video, we're going to be talking about the north part of the United States, meaning Massachusetts, meaning New England, New York, versus the South, meaning Florida, meaning Texas, that area for tobacco, and the major differences in tobacco storage, tobacco taxes, and tobacco in general. So it's going to be a very long video. If you are not into watching long videos, click off right now. No nasty comments. No comments like, dude, this video is so long, it's so stupid, it's so boring, dude. Click off right now. You have every right to click off right now. Please, no nasty comments. Okay, so how do I begin? Okay, I was watching a video from, I won't say the name of the person on YouTube, but they were saying, how do I begin this video? Actually, how do I begin this video? I'm not going to begin it like that. I just want to say there are very big differences between the North and the South for, well, I should do it like that, North versus South for tobacco. And first off, I want to discuss storage for tobacco. I got a comment, this is how I'll start, actually, this is how I'll start. I got a comment saying you have to be so, I get these comments occasionally. Comments like this I get occasionally. People are under the impression for pipe tobacco, well, let's talk about pipe tobacco first. For your pipe, not rolling tobacco, not cigarette tobacco, but pipe tobacco, which is smoked in a pipe, the bowl of a pipe, tobacco pipe. People are under the impression that you have to be incredibly careful when storing pipe tobacco. And the same goes for cigars. People are under the impression, and for the most part, they are correct. They are correct. And I know I'm all over the place right now. I'm just trying to start this video, trying to get that little spark burning right now so I can start the video, so I can start rambling. And this is going to be a very long video, so just please hear me when I say this. It's going to be a long video, so if you're not into watching the long videos, just click off right now. Nobody's forcing you to watch the video. Okay. So, a lot of people, the comment was like, well, you have to be like very careful storing your pipe tobacco and your cigars. That's the point I'm trying to make. People are like, you have to be so careful. Oh, just a disclaimer. I'm not mocking these people at all. I'm not making fun of these people. A lot of people think when I'm imitating their voices, I'm making fun of these people or saying these people are bad. I'm not doing that. What I'm doing is I'm just trying to make my opinion on them, or trying to, what's the word, I'm trying to emphasize these people's opinion. I'm not making fun of them. No comments like, dude, you're making fun of these people, you're mocking these people, you idiot, I'm not making fun of these people. I'm simply just saying how they said it, or emphasizing how they say it. They're saying, like, you have to be so careful when storing pipe tobacco. You have to put your pipe tobacco in the refrigerator. Well, first off, for that, I would never put my pipe tobacco or my cigars in the refrigerator or the freezer for where you keep your food. That is a horrible idea. You never, ever want to put your pipe tobacco or your cigars in the freezer or the refrigerator. That's just a no-no. And the reason you don't want to do that is because, yes, it will keep your cigars cool, yes, it will keep your pipe tobacco cool, but it will ruin your tobacco. Literally, it will ruin your tobacco. You never, ever want to do that. Never. I would rather take the chance of a $20 cigar, a $20 Ashton cigar, getting moldy as hell, which I'll be discussing later about mold, getting moldy as hell, then throwing it in the freezer. That's literally just me. Some people are more concerned. Now, for pipe tobacco, which is meant for your pipe, I get these comments all the time, people saying, are you rolling your own cigarettes, dude? Are you rolling your own cigarettes? No. I'm putting the tobacco in the bowl of a pipe. The bowl of a smoking pipe. Anyway, that's just a little bit of ramble there, or rant there. So, I would never put it in the freezer or the refrigerator, first of all. Second off, I'm not sure why these people are so, for a better word, paranoid about it. And another disclaimer, you may be offended by this video, so if you don't like this kind of topic, these kind of rants, click off right now. You have every right to click off. No nasty comments. I just want to get that across. People are going to come across me saying like, dude, how dare you say that? You know, you're a freaking whatever, you know. How dare you say that? You're making fun of these people. That's just me. Click off right now. If you're offended by this video, click off. I don't want to get any hate mail. Now, I'm not sure why these people are so paranoid when storing their pipe tobacco. People are like, well, you have to keep your pipe tobacco in mason jars. You have to keep it in mason jars. Anything beyond 2 weeks, you have to keep it in mason jars. You have to. I have been smoking pipes, tobacco pipes, literally for over 5 years. I have never used a mason jar once in my life. Never. I've never, ever used a mason jar or any kind of special storage, aside from maybe a humidor once. Actually, I did put a humidor once, a long time ago. I've never used any kind of special storage for pipe tobacco. What I do with pipe tobacco is I open it for cans and tins. When I'm ready to smoke the pipe tobacco in my pipe, I open it up, I crack the seal, then I tightly secure the tin or put it in a Ziploc bag. Now, this goes on to another thing, which I'll be discussing later in this video, about how I smoke more than the majority of people. I'm not going to get into that quite yet, but I will say part of the reason why my pipe tobacco stays moist is because I smoke a lot more than the average person. Now, for cigars, you see these comments on YouTube, you have to be so careful storing cigars. You can't let them, you have to AC your house if you store cigars. Well, I've been storing cigars myself, you know, now I'm talking the first person, myself, for years. I used to have my first 2 hygrometers, little hygrometers, a couple weeks ago, less than a month ago. And I've been storing cigars in my humidor for literally years. I mean, with very poor humidor storage. I have never had mold, I've never had beetles, I've never had larvae, I've never had any serious problems. Yes, if your cigars are not stored well, they will dry out. They will crack the wrappers. You will get uneven burns. If you smoke your cigars via the mail, when they come to you, when they're delivered to you in the post service, yes, you will get uneven burns. That's part of the thing, of the risk you take. But, especially with big cigars, big fat cigars, so you will get uneven burns. But the point is, you don't have to be that careful storing cigars. That's just my opinion. Now, if anyone watched this video and says, you know, well, I smoked a cigar and it made me cough my brains out, I got, you know, mold in my lungs, don't sue me. I could be wrong. I have been storing cigars and pipe tobacco for your pipe for years, literally. Years. I've never had a problem. And this goes into the topic of this video. People are asking, probably at this point in the video, this video's probably gone on for 5-10 minutes so far, or somewhere around that. How the hell does this have to do with the North and the South? The reason it has to do with the North and the South is because, let me just have a sip of water. Is because Massachusetts area, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, parts of New York State, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, southern Canada, Canada in general, is very good storage for smoking, for storing tobacco. That's the topic of this video, or that's the whatever. So it's very, very good storage for smoking, for storing cigars, not smoking cigars. Well, storing and smoking cigars. So that's the thing, is it's ideal storage. The thing about what a lot of people don't realize, and this is a big, big, big thing, be very careful when you're watching, especially cigar videos. Not so much pipe videos, but cigar videos. A lot of people don't realize, a lot of these reviewers who are into cigars, pipes, pipe tobacco, and just cigars and pipes are living down south. That's a huge majority of them are living down south. They're living in Florida. They're living in Tennessee. They're living in Texas, Arizona. They're living in very hot, hot climates. That's what a lot of people don't realize. So the reason I point that out is because these reviewers, and they're really good people who review the cigars. Brian Glenn, CigarObsession.com. He's freaking amazing. He's the king of cigar reviews. But he probably has very little experience. Be sure to say this recording. Yeah, it's recording. He probably has very limited experience with storing. I keep saying that, with storing cigars in the Northeast. Because he doesn't live in the Northeast. He lives in Florida. Florida versus Massachusetts is vastly different. Vastly different. The temperature changes are dramatically different in Florida versus Massachusetts, where I live. You can't even compare them. They're so different. It's like apples versus oranges, chocolate versus vanilla. It's so different, you can't even compare it. Literally, we get snow in Massachusetts in April. You can have an April day, a spring day, and you can have a foot of snow on the ground. Literally. Well, maybe not a foot of snow, but the point is, you can get snow in April and May. In Florida, you're lucky if you get 1 inch of snow a year, or something like that. So you can get snow up here in April, May. Florida, you hardly ever get snow. Tennessee, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, you almost never get snow. And how does snow have anything to do with it? Because the storing conditions, finally I said it right, storing, not smoking, the conditions are vastly different up here than down there. So be very careful when you're watching these bloggers on YouTube for cigars. Because a lot of these people who are the big time cigar reviewers, like Brian Glide and CigarObsession.com, like a lot of these people are living in very hot climates. They're living in places where it's very hot outside, where they're used to every single year tropical storms, mugginess. They're used to them every day dripping with sweat. Now up here, it's vastly different. You can literally, I've done this before, you can literally set a cigar down in a humidor, in a plastic bag, plastic Ziploc bag, for a week or 2 weeks. And with no humidor pillow, and it will not dry out in the winter. Literally. A lot of people, you could not do that in Florida or Georgia or Kentucky or something like that. It would be bone dry. Florida has an enormous, I keep saying Florida, but all the southern states like Texas, Arizona, Oklahoma have so radically different temperatures than Massachusetts and New Hampshire and Vermont. You know, we have such radically different temperatures. I keep repeating myself, but the point is, that's what you really want to be careful with when watching these videos, if you live in the Northeast. Now, having said that, a lot of cigar aficionados, cigar smokers, cigar lovers, pipe tobacco lovers, pipe smokers, tobacco pipe smokers, live in the South. And the reason they live in the South, and this is getting to part 2 of this video, is not because of the good climate, not because of that, because the South is a lot better for tobacco. And this is the part 2 of this video. after I finish cracking my knuckles. The South is tremendously better to be a pipe smoker or be a cigar smoker than the Northeast. Yes, we have great storage conditions in Massachusetts for cigars. We have fantastic storage for cigars in Massachusetts. You can leave a cigar for a week sitting on your desk. Nothing's going to happen. Chances are. Again, I might be wrong. Don't sue me if something horrible happens to you and you start going and coughing up mold, coughing up whatever because your cigar had mold in it. Don't sue me. But because the conditions are so vastly different down there versus up here, that's just the thing. But the reason why people prefer the South for pipes and cigars, people prefer living in southern states like Florida and Texas and that area for cigars and pipe tobacco and pipes, is because up here we have very, very, very strict tobacco regulations up here. Our tobacco regulations suck up here. And just a disclaimer also, this might contain a little bit of bad language. So if you're young, don't watch this. Again, my videos are not meant for underage smokers. This is not to promote underage smoking. Just a heads up. I might swear a little bit in this video. So, I might swear a little bit. Up here, our tobacco regulations suck. We are paying so much in taxes, it's not even funny in Massachusetts and New York. It's not just, New York City where it's terrible for tobacco. It's not just, that kind of stuff. Everything up in the Northeast is terrible for tobacco regulations. Terrible. That's why so many people prefer down south for tobacco, is because the regulations are so good down south. Down south, cigarettes are $4 or $5 a pack. In North Carolina, they're like $4 a pack. $3-4 a pack for cigarettes. Pipe tobacco is like, for Captain Black, is like $3 a pouch. Dip, chew, is like, $1, $2 a can. So, but up here in Massachusetts, that's not the case. A lot of people who are, this is another thing I want to talk about, a lot of people who are living in cigar fantasy land, tobacco fantasy land, don't realize that's not the case. Not every state is like Tampa, Florida for cigars and pipe tobacco. Not every state has all the luxuries of the southern part of the United States. That's not the case. We pay out our ass in taxes in the northern United States. Seriously. I mean, you go into any, I can't even begin the list of things that are different. It's not even funny. First off, taxes. I'll start with that. In Massachusetts, cigarettes are $10 a pack, about a minimum. $9-10 a pack. Rolling tobacco is, for a 6-ounce can, is $50. Not $15. $50 for National American Spirit. Dip is $9-10 a can. Chew is $7-8 a pouch. Pipe tobacco is, it's been so long since I bought it. Pipe tobacco is $5-10. No, it's more than that. It's $8, $12, $15, $20 a can, or 10 for pipe tobacco for your pipe. It's ridiculous the taxes we pay up here. We pay out our our ass in taxes. It's not even funny. I mean, second off, the smoking bans up here are ridiculous. You can't smoke in every tobacco shop up here. That's another thing. People who are living in cigar fantasy land don't realize. Let me get, my throat's getting dry. I'm just getting a sip of water. for people who are living in cigar fantasy land, don't realize not every tobacco shop has a beautiful, huge smoking lounge where you can smoke everywhere in the store. That's not the case. There are plenty of tobacco shops in Massachusetts you can't smoke in. There are plenty of tobacco shops in New Hampshire, Vermont, there in Connecticut you can't smoke in. That's just the thing. Smoking bans up here suck. They totally suck. There are really no bars up here aside from cigar bars that you can smoke in. Not even private clubs really you can smoke in. Smoking bans suck up here. Also, another thing is walk-in humidors. Everyone thinks, in cigar fantasy land, every cigar store has a walk-in humidor with a beautiful shelf, that people pick their cigars out of, and they hold the cigars and they walk into this beautiful, 10,000 plus count humidor, that has, thousands of cigars, and it's the size of, a football field. No, that's not the case. First off, Massachusetts has a law regarding self-service. There are very, very few stores in Massachusetts, tobacco stores, that allow self-service. I happen to have one cigar store, Wash City Cigar, in Framingham, Massachusetts, that does allow self-service. But you have to be 18 or over to enter the store. It's ridiculous. There's one liquor store in my town that has a walk-in humidor, but it's the size of a closet. It's the size of a tiny closet. And you have to have somebody from the store, an employee, with you in the humidor. Almost every tobacco shop in Massachusetts and in the New England area does not have, well, I shouldn't say that, but maybe some of them have self-service, like cigar bars. But that's not the case. I mean, for people who are living in cigar fantasy land, who think, every cigar store has this beautiful walk-in, plus this walk-in, 20,000 plus count humidor. No, that's not the case. We have, probably in the state of Massachusetts, we probably have 5, 10 big humidors in Massachusetts, and cigar bars, there are 21 plus. That's probably the case. I mean, it's vastly different up here. I mean, that's just the thing, is it's not only the storing differences up here, it's the regulations up here. Tobacco is priced ridiculously high up here. Smoking bans are terrible. A lot of tobacco stores you can't smoke in. There's hardly any walk-in humidors in Massachusetts. It's just the thing. I don't mean to sound like a dick, I don't mean to sound like a spoiled dick, but it's just the thing is, we don't have the luxury of beautiful walk-in humidors in Massachusetts. We don't have this beautiful, cigar bars that have beautiful, cabinets made of cedar, whatever, we don't have that in Massachusetts. And that really sucks for us. But what we do have in Massachusetts, and New Hampshire, and Vermont, and Maine, and southern Canada, is very good climate storage for cigars and pipe tobacco. A lot of people, this is why you want to be careful when watching reviews, because these people may have very little or no experience with storing cigars or pipe tobacco in northern United States, southern Canada weather. They may have no experience, and they probably don't have any experience because they're not used to it. A huge percentage of cigar smokers are down south. A huge percentage of tobacco users are down south, just because the taxes here absolutely suck. The regulations for smoking suck. Everything here is terrible. And you know why? It's because the northern United States, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont, is very pro-democratic. It's a very pro-democratic part of the country. Very high Democrats and very high Catholic. If that has anything to do with it, it's very high old-fashioned Catholic and Democrat. Down south, it's very heavy Protestant and very heavy Republican. And Republicans are more pro-tobacco. Democrats are very anti-tobacco. We have horrible, horrible regulations for tobacco. I mean, take Massachusetts, for example. Take Massachusetts. There are 30-plus towns in Massachusetts where it's 21 years old to purchase tobacco. I talked about this in my video, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. On, you have to be 21 to purchase tobacco. Yeah. You go to any of these towns, you have to be 21 to purchase tobacco. That's ridiculous. But, you know what? We deal with it. But that's the reason why, why so many people who enjoy cigars and pipe tobacco are down south, is because the regulations there are so much better. Florida has great cigar bars. They have very low cigar taxes. They have very low whatever. So, it's great for them down there. But guess what? They have to be so damn careful when storing their cigars and storing their pipe tobacco, because of mold, beetles, because of cracking wrappers, all that kind of stuff. They have to be meticulously careful when storing their cigars. Literally, they have to AC their houses, because they have to have air conditioning in their houses, because literally their cigars will grow mold. Here in Massachusetts, I could leave a cigar on my dining room table for a week and probably nothing would happen to it. I don't know that for a fact, but I don't know. But the thing is, I would have no idea how to store cigars down south, and they probably have no idea how to store cigars up here. Same with pipe tobacco. For your pipe, that's the thing, literally, I know I'm rambling at this point, I'm just rambling all over the place, but that's the big difference between the North and the South. North, we have great storing qualities for tobacco and cigars, pipe tobacco and cigars. Down south, they have very wonky storage because they have to be so careful because of humidity, it being so hot outside. While up here, we have horrible smoking bans, horrible tobacco taxes, horrible regulations for tobacco. Down south, great tobacco taxes, great regulations, and great tobacco everything. So, for everybody who's watching this video, just take